You've probably heard of AI, but did you know that Copilot is Microsoft's AI product? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Maybe you're one of these business owners who is struggling to understand how AI can transform your business. Well, welcome to my video series all about Copilot. At the end of this, I hope that you understand exactly how Copilot can make your business more efficient and more profitable. But before we start, just a quick introduction as always. My name is Jonathan Edwards, also known as the Bearded 365 Guy. I help businesses all over the world with their Microsoft 365. You can find more information at bearded365guy.com. There are so many people talking about the emergence of AI. At the recent Microsoft Ignite conference in Chicago, AI was the main topic of conversation. Whether we like it or not, AI is here to stay. But when I speak to business owners, they're still unsure how AI can benefit their business. So that is why I've decided to make this video series. Microsoft's AI technology is called Copilot, but Copilot is a kind of umbrella term because there are lots of Copilot products within Microsoft. We've got Copilot Chat, we've got Copilot Agents, Copilot Pages, we've got Copilot in Teams, Copilot in Outlook, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and Copilot Actions. So where do we start with all of this? Over the next few weeks, I'm going to release a series of videos all about these individual Copilot features. Today, we're going to talk about Copilot Chat. Now, before we do, let's talk about licensing and have a quick look at this table. So when it comes to Copilot, Microsoft have two products. They've recently just changed this. They've got a free license, which is called Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. And they've got a paid license that you can buy. That is called Microsoft 365 Copilot. And that in the UK costs £24.70 per user per month. So throughout this video, when I talk about certain features, I will tell you what's included for free and what is included in the paid license. So without further ado, let's get on and start talking about Copilot Chat. So you've got to think about Copilot Chat as being like your AI assistant. If you ever use something like ChatGPT, it's very similar. You can use Copilot Chat to find inspiration, maybe to help you with a blog, maybe to help you plan a trip. The list is absolutely endless. Now, in a moment, we're going to hop over to my computer screen and I'm going to demo Copilot Chat for you. But before we do, let's have a quick look at my handy little pricing table once again. You can see that Copilot Chat is included in both the free version and the paid version of Copilot. But there's a key difference. The free version is grounded in the web, whereas the paid license of Microsoft 365 Copilot is grounded in the web and Microsoft 365. So what does this mean? The word grounding might seem a bit confusing, but all it means is where is Copilot getting its information from? So Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat, the free version, gets its information from the public internet, whereas the paid license gets its information from the public internet and your Microsoft 365. Things like OneDrive, SharePoint, Teams, and Outlook. I'll show you exactly what I mean in a moment. Now, having access to your Microsoft 365 makes Copilot that much more powerful. Don't believe me? Well, now it's time for the demo. Let's hop over to my computer screen and I'll show you Copilot Chat. So this is a page that might look familiar. This is the old Microsoft 365 apps page. So you sign in to portal.office.com and you get to a page like this. Apart from now, it's kind of been rebranded to Microsoft 365 Copilot. Copilot seems to be everywhere. But what I want is Copilot Chat. So you can see down the left-hand side here, I've got Copilot. Now, if you can't see this, it might be worth clicking on the app launcher and going to more apps. When you do that, again, you can see Copilot here. There's three dots on here. I can pin and unpin. But because I've pinned it here, that is what I want. So I click on there and it opens up with Copilot Chat. Another way to get to this page is it's got its own URL. I can just simply type in here, m365copilot.com. and that will take you to exactly the same page. So this is the free version of Copilot Chat. This is the version that is grounded in the web. I've got some Copilot suggestions for prompts that I can type in here, and I've got my chat box at the bottom. Also, if I click on View Prompts, I'm going to get some more suggested prompts, okay? I've got some Microsoft prompts, and I can save my own prompts. I can then click on the drop down here. Don't want to learn something, don't want to create, ask, code, manage. So I can filter the results accordingly. I just click on here, look, what are some tips for writing a great LinkedIn post? And if I click on there, you can see that my prompts will appear at the bottom. And it's just like a Teams chat. So I can click on here, and that will go out and search the web, and it will give me an answer to my question. Okay, that is now finished, and you can see it's given me some great tips on creating good posts on LinkedIn. So there's a tip, there's an example, and a strategy. That's a really good response. If we scroll down to the bottom as well, you can see here where it's got the inspiration from. So these are external websites. You can see here, look, the do's and don'ts of LinkedIn posting, and there's another one here. What I've also got here, now we're going to talk about pages later on, but I've got a thumbs up and a thumbs down. So you can, if you really like this response, you can give it a thumbs up. If it's not relevant and Copilot has made a bit of a mistake, you can give it a thumbs down, and Copilot will hopefully learn from that. What Copilot has also done now is give us some suggested follow-ups. So we could then go on and say, what are the best times to post on LinkedIn, or how can I engage with my audience better? What I can also do, if I look to the right-hand side, it says recent chats. So this is where my recent chats will be saved. I can click on here, and I could rename this if I wanted to. So if I'm going to ask Copilot lots of things about LinkedIn, so I'll ask it that one and let that answer. Okay, I've got another answer here on the best times and the best days to post. What I could then do, if I wanted to, is rename that and click on save. And you can see that will be saved down there. If I then want to do a new chat, which is completely different from that, I can come in here and do a new chat. And you can see at any time, I can go back to my previous chat and the previous answers, okay? I can also type in something that I want. I don't have to use these prompts. So something like this, perhaps. Can you suggest 10 ways that I can secure my Microsoft 365? Let's go and ask it that. And there you go. It's given me 10 effective ways to secure my 365. Again, that's a potential video. So I can use this for video research. And you can see at the side, it's changed that again. And if I want to, I can rename it and that will be saved. Let's ask it something else, something like this. And again, it'll go out to the web and it'll find me the answer. But for this one, you see, that is now saved under here. So what I should have done is maybe start a new chat there. So if I'm not happy with anything, I can simply delete this chat. Now I'm going to search for something different. I'm going to ask Copilot if it can look inside of my Microsoft 365. Remember, this is the free Copilot that I'm using, so it's grounded in the web. So let me now ask it a question like this. Can you please summarize my last 10 emails? What does Copilot do? Again, it says I can't access or summarize your emails directly. And what I've got to do is give it more detail. This is because Copilot cannot access my Microsoft 365 because it's the free version. Let me just test that again and ask it another question. So I've got a PDF in my OneDrive called How to Build a 5-Star Business in Microsoft 365. I can't find it. I want Copilot to find it for me. So Copilot, will you search my OneDrive for this PDF, please? Again, it says I cannot access your OneDrive, but it's going to give me some tips on how I can do it myself. So with that in mind, how does that differ from the paid version, the version of Copilot that is grounded in both the web and Microsoft 365? Let's hop over to that now. Okay, this version of Copilot is the full paid version of Microsoft 365 Copilot. You can see a few subtle differences. At the top, there's a toggle, work and web. And you can see here, these are all geared towards work and these are all geared towards the web. Let me put now a Copilot prompt in here. Okay, we've used that before, but let's put that in here now. And you can see that has worked identically to the free version of Copilot Chat. And again, I've got some follow-up questions if I want them. But what about those commands that I put into the free version of Copilot Chat that meant Copilot had to get into my Microsoft 365 data? Let's try those. Can you summarize my last 10 emails? Okay, and it said, I blanked this out because some of it is a little bit personal. And to be honest with you, this email account, I don't use it a lot for emails. There's actually not a lot of emails in here. But it says, sure, Jonathan, here is a summary of your last 10 emails. And it goes in and it tells me all about my last 10 emails. So it's able to get in and interrogate my Microsoft 365 data. Let's look at another command, the one I used previously. Okay. Can you find how to get a 5-star business in Microsoft 365 in my OneDrive? Can it find it? Okay, it said it couldn't find something that is called how to get a 5-star business, but it's found something different. And the actual name of the document is building a 5-star business with Microsoft 365. And you can see it's found that, okay? And I can launch that document. So that is Copilot Chat, and they are the subtle differences between the free version and the paid version. What should we talk about next? Okay, we're not quite finished with Copilot Chat just yet. There's a few other features that I want to show you. Now, the next feature is called Copilot Pages. Copilot Pages is available in the free version and the paid version of Copilot. What's Copilot Pages? Well, with Copilot Pages, you can link your Copilot to Microsoft Loop. Now, you might have heard of Microsoft Loop, you might not have done. I've got a few videos on my YouTube channel all about it. Now, the best way to show you Copilot Pages is to show you. So let's hop over to my computer screen right now. So I'm back in Copilot Chat. Now, this is the free version. It's not got a paid license to it. Now, I'm going to offer Copilot a prompt about a World War II history trip to Berlin. So let me type something like this. Okay, something like this. Create a project charter for a World War II history trip to Berlin. Please include all popular World War II sites in Berlin and include a project schedule along with owners. See what Copilot can do here. And there we go. So what we've got now is a project charter for a trip to Berlin. Now, this might be perfect, or it might need to be changed. So what would you normally do here? How can you use this chat within your business and to communicate and collaborate with others? Well, what I could do is I could just copy all this, maybe put it into a Word document and then send it around and ask people to change it and send it back. But it seems a bit dated, that, doesn't it? So welcome Pages, Copilot Pages. So if I click Editing Pages here, you can see that all this is added to a loop component, okay? So what I can do now is I can change all this. So I don't want this to be the title, so I will change that to something like this. And I can start amending everything. So Project Manager, if I just press the at key, and I can start adding the people into this trip. I can put start dates, I can put end dates. Now if I scroll down here, look, you can see I've got like a little table with tasks in here. So what I could do here is I could delete this and I could assign this to Sean in my business. Okay, so Sean's responsible for that. You can see that this is slightly different to this here. And it says to give this person access to this component and notify them, I can just simply click on here. And it says that Sean doesn't have access to this item, but I can give it access and I can notify it. So Sean now has access. Now our tour guide, well, let's make this Simon. Simon knows a lot about Berlin and he's going to be a great tour guide. Again, let's notify Simon. And when it comes to history, there's no one better than Olivia. So let's notify Olivia as well. And you can see how this changes into a dynamic piece of content that you can collaborate on throughout your business. Now you can see already that Simon is already in this loop component. He has got an email to tell him that he's been mentioned. An email that looks a little bit like this. Because I was mentioned, it means I've got an email to say that I've been mentioned in the World War II history trip. And this is the loop component. You see, I've been mentioned here. I can scroll down and you can see that Simon is in this loop component. So what we're doing here is collaborating. So what I could do if I wasn't happy with this, I could maybe add another location to visit. Okay. And because this is a loop component, it updates everywhere. So again, going back to my Copilot, you can see that that has updated. And that is the beauty of using loop components. So the beauty of loop components is they can be shared throughout Microsoft 365 and collaborated on. I can simply go up to here to share and I can copy the whole component. You can see here I can copy and I can also look at the settings. So at the moment, everybody in Integral IT can see this and they can edit it. I can change those if I want and make it read only, but I'm happy with that. And then I can put it, as I said, in different places throughout Microsoft 365. So I can put it in Microsoft Teams. I could create a new chat and I can simply copy that loop component into Microsoft Teams. And you can see that will load. And as I've said previously, it's fully editable. So people can come in and edit it and it will update in real time. I can also put it in Outlook for new emails, in Word documents, throughout Microsoft 365. Just going back to Copilot Chat again, I can also find the loop component here. Look, Pages has opened, and if I go into Pages, you can see I've got all my pages listed down here. I've just got one here, but they're all listed. So this is the base of the pages. Now, if you're interested in Microsoft Loop, as I've said, I've made a number of videos all about it on my channel. But if I just pop over to Loop now, this is my Microsoft Loop. So all loop components come back to Microsoft Loop. This is where we live. So you can create workspaces and things like that. And you can see here is my loop component now. I can open that up. And if I wanted, I could add this to a workspace. Again, watch my video all about loop and it will all become very clear. So in a nutshell, that's Pages. Okay, looking good. Let's talk about the next feature. The next feature is called File Upload, and it's available in the free version and also the paid version. Now, File Upload, as the name suggests, allows you to upload files into Copilot. So you could upload a Word document, and then you could issue various prompts from Copilot all about that Word document. Would you like me to show you? Okay, I will. Okay, we're back in Copilot Chat. This is the free version, not the paid version. If I also open my File Explorer in my OneDrive, you can see that there's a folder which has appeared called Microsoft Copilot Chat Files. And if I go in there, it's empty, but it might not be empty for long. So what I can do is I can click on this little paperclip here in the chat and I can add a file. So if I just browse to my desktop, you can see that I've got a Word document that is called cybersecurity. Now this is an old video that I made. Okay, it's a script for an old video. And it says here, uploading from device will send a copy to OneDrive for business. Okay, but I'm just going to put in here, summarize cybersecurity docx and see what Copilot does. Okay, it's just nicely summarized the Word document. What else could I do? Well, I could ask Copilot to rewrite it. Okay, I'll read the file. Again, it's going to rewrite this file to something completely different. Okay, so Copilot has rewritten this file. It's bigger, it's better. What else could it do? Well, Copilot is suggesting some more prompts. So what about this one? Add some more examples for each of these methods. Okay, I'll do that and see what comes back as. There we go. So Copilot has taken a basic script. It's summarized it for me. I've asked it to rewrite that basic script and I've asked it to extend it using bigger examples. Now, this is a great way how you can use the file upload feature to get more done using Copilot. And as promised, let's go back to File Explorer, and you can see that that now is in the Copilot chat files because I've uploaded it to that directory. And finally, the next feature I want to show you is called Image Generator. You can do this, again, the free version and the paid version. You've probably seen lots of AI-generated images all over social media. People use these all of the time. You can do these within Copilot. Would you like me to show you? Let's go. Okay, I'm back in Copilot. It is the free version. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give Copilot a command, asking it to generate me an image. So something like this. Okay, something like this. A little bit weird, but we'll see what Copilot can do with it. Okay, it's done what I asked it to do. Here's a monkey using a laptop and a smartphone. This might be perfect for me. So I can go into it, I can download that image and use it maybe on social media or a blog, or I can add this image to Pages like we discussed earlier. Or Copilot has given me some more prompts at the bottom here. So I can maybe change the smartphone to a tablet and then it will regenerate this image. But this might be a really handy feature for you and your business. You can go in and you can use Copilot to generate images for you. Okay, there you have it. That is Copilot Chat. You can see that you get lots of features included in the free version of Copilot. Yes, there's a paid version, and yes, it's grounded in Microsoft 365, so it makes it much more powerful. Over the next few weeks, I will release videos and you will see how powerful it is. But for now, that's all, folks. I look forward to seeing you again soon.